Hello and welcome back to the Kieran Carlin channel. Now, if you're not subscribed, don't forget to hit subscribe so we can get to 1 billion subscribers and solve world peace. I will personally go and deal with it myself. I could do it right now, but I don't have the incentive of a really high sub count to do so, so I will not. Today, we are doing the second half of fixing all the Premier League away kits, and this is West Ham's. Hang on. This is West Ham's. So, clearly, the only issue is to not make the sponsor black and just to have it the same as the rest of them. Why wouldn't you do that? It's selfish. Probably contractually obliged, but it's selfish nonetheless. Silly. Look how clean it could have looked. It still looks pretty fantastic, but come on. Come on, I would have rather the Umbro and West Ham being in black to match on the front. I did test out trying to make it also maroon or the light blue, but I didn't really like it. So just fixed it like that, and it's fine, to be honest, but not groundbreaking. Next up, we have Fulham. Now, I feel like this got a bit of grief, but as you know, if you're a fan of the channel, you know I like a brutal pink. But I thought it's a bit naff, okay? In the sense that it's just pink. There's no design, there's no, come on. Boom. There we go. We get the classic Fulham strip across the middle, which I believe they've had before. I can't recall, but it felt natural to do. It splits up, and then subtly I've put in a pattern into the entire shirt, which you may not be able to see because YouTube will crush the quality, but it's there. It's a little like boat wheel from their old badge. Look at me. Oh, I googled old Fulham badge. Research is important when designing, okay? Luton Town. Now this is a good kit, apart from the weird sort of noisy gradient bit. So I thought, let's get rid of the gradient, but at the same time there's too much orange on it, which is their home kit. So this is what I've done. Boom. Yeah, I like it. I quite like the original one, but I think putting it, utilizing their blue, which I feel like they haven't utilized enough. They could have potentially some fantastic kits. White, black, like a navy and orange. Fantastic color combination, let me tell you now. A burnt orange as well. Oh, just made it blue with a little orange stripe to throw back to the home kit. Rather than a big orange stripe, and I like it. Big fan. Manchester City up next. Now, not a massive fan of this kit. The color combination, sort of the shiny orange, and I know what they're trying to do. Okay, they're trying to be like all 70s sort of retro sort of thing, but I don't like the collar. I'm not a fan of the collar at all. So, boom. I just simply changed the collar to another Puma one, and I would be partial to the one on the right. The one on the left, you could wear it, but you could just never wear it with like a hoodie or a jacket. The collar just destroys wearing anything on top of it. And I don't know about you, but I have bad circulation, so I get cold quite easily. Okay, so I can't be wearing that on the left. On the right, I'm popping a hoodie on that. I'm popping a jacket. You know what I mean? I'm popping a coat. It works. Newcastle. Now this is difficult because I think it's a pretty good kit. I like a green kit. Loads of random lines, which I guess maybe are inspired by some of the architecture of St James's Park. That's what I'm assuming. So for this one, I want a bit abstract, and it's a pretty subtle bit of political commentary. So apparently they still cut off people's heads in Saudi Arabia, so I thought I'd include a graphic of a sword. I've added some motion blur on there, so that's pretty cool. Cutting off the A in seller, in the sponsor. I think it's pretty tasteful. Pretty subtle bit of political commentary, and yeah, that would ruffle a few feathers. Okay, let's move on. Nottingham Forest. Now, I also want this has been a very, very tough round of trying to fix these. By the way, it turns out some of these away kits are just fine. and don't have any problems. So for this one, I actually think there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's a really nice kit. But I made it green because, you know, plants and trees and forests tend to be green, not all year round, sometimes orange. Or sometimes just empty and brown. I made it green and then put a little Lumo accent. Little luminous mint accent. And then I put in the old Adidas trefoil badge because there's already a forest of trees. So I put another tree like on there. It looks alright. I've done this, alright? I pissed off the Watford colour scheme. Get rid. Always get rid of that. You can't be having those three colours together. It is abhorrent. It's a war crime. And I blacked out the kit, but it would actually be like almost like a shimmery dark torso. And then CFI Trade, all in the same red, which is already their branding, so that works well for them. And then Sheffield United, I did like a red and black out of their badge. Same with the Era badge, or Araya. I've never Googled how to say it. And I think it's pretty nice. I think it's nicer than this yellow monstrosity, which is nice, but it's yellow, so it's not. I like this one. I think this would sell good. Sell good, sell big time. Tottenham Hotspur. Now, I did a whole video about remaking these kits, and I actually made this one green, but I've changed it back to the original colours, and boom, boom. Now, this is a good one. Okay, very simple fixes. I've added in a gradient, slightly fade to dark, because it felt a bit boring. Okay, and then I added in the noughties, 90s, random lines connecting the armpit to the neck. All good, very good, much like. And then I've got rid of the iridescent because I just don't think it worked. I didn't like it. The collar made it dark rather than light. The side panels made them dark rather than light. The focus is on the badges in the middle. The upper torso, where the pecs live, where the important information like sponsor, club identity, and kit manufacturer all live. And then I also got rid of this like really annoying, like, why is that so long? Why is this long? Ugh. I don't want an isosceles triangle. I want an equilateral, you prick. Poor triangle game, that. Very poor triangle game. Manchester United up next. Now, the problem with this one was difficult because, as much as it pains me to say, it's a very well-designed kit. Like, some would complain about it, some would say it's ugly, but it feels a bit like a Sao Paulo. And it just works. It does work. But I had to go removing... It's got... A criticism was like there's too many stripes. So I got rid of the red stripes, okay? And I'm like, do I like this? No, there's something still wrong with it. So I went one step further because eventually I figured out a way to make this kit better, almost perfect. And once I got rid of the red lines, I just completely removed the identity of Manchester United. And look at that. Gorgeous. Really nice that. Way better than the original. Good lord. Good lord. That would sell like hotcakes. I need something else other than hotcakes. Whatever sells. What else sells at a very fast pace? And at least a little bit warm. Put in the comments below other things I can say instead of selling like hotcakes. Thank you. Oh, Wolves. We come down to the worst club in the world. Now this is a toughie. It's a big fat toughie. Now the issue with Wolves and this kit is that it's both Wolves and Castore. Oh my god, there's so many elements which are so shit. I spent so long, so goddamn long, trying to fix this kit. And this is honestly the best I could come up with. The same shit kit, because this is exactly what Wolverhampton Wanderers deserve. All this bullshit loving about Gary O'Neill sending out clips, PR from Big Wolf, that's what that is. Fuck off. This is all you get. I'm not fixing your kit. It proved impossible. There was no way to make this good. I tried to remove the orange because who has orange, red, and like grey, that sort of dark green. Mental. Just do the Portugal colours. Don't be involved in your shitty cat shit orange here, mate. I tried to remove the orange and just make it green so it'd be like a Portugal kit, but it still looked like shit. It couldn't be done. It can't be done. But it's no less than they deserve. So I'm glad it exists to a certain degree. I've been your boy, Kieran. I will leave you this with this image to remember to subscribe, and maybe one day we can take down Wolverhampton Wanderers together, and maybe even the city of Wolves itself. The city's not called Wolves, but you know, who goes, oh, where are you going this weekend? Wolverhampton. No, you say, I'll go to Wolves, because that at least sounds much cooler than, say, admitting you're going to Wolverhampton. Oh, I'm just going to go hang out with a series of wolves, mate. Yeah, right? I'm like the cartoon from the film. Bye.